So I've been asked, what is the Milwaukee Tools NPS show? Well, the NPS stands for New Product Symposium, and it's an invite-only show that Milwaukee Tools puts on to showcase what's coming out for the new year. So the people that are being invited to this are media people, there's social media people, influencers, people in the automotive trade, the construction trades, plumbing and electrical, and so on. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what it's like to go to the NPS show. So I feel very fortunate to have my second invite to the New Tool Symposium. It starts with a flight from San Diego at 6 a.m., landing in Milwaukee around 2 o'clock. They shuttle you over to the hotel and get you checked in. This is all complimentary of Milwaukee. And then after that, they take us on a tour. So they bus us over to the headquarters. So once you get to the headquarters, they're showing you the research and development labs, the battery labs. You're talking to the engineers. You're getting to hear and see everything that's new coming out and what's going on with the Milwaukee side of the business. So at the headquarters, video and photos are limited to what we can take. But here we had some of the presidents tell us all about the business.
A lot of other companies at this time frame, it was all about, hey, what else can we put an electric motor in? And also did motor repair. The big break for A.H. Peterson and Milwaukee Tool was the invention of a 1/4-inch drill that was actually much more compact than what was available. And this really changed the world for Ford Motor Company, partnered with Henry Ford to get into automotive manufacturing. Now, so we move forward into the history. We got into, after the World War era, a lot of people started coming back to the U.S., housing boom in the United States. The big break from Milwaukee was the invention of the right angle drill. So if you think about anybody drilling holes 16 on center, they're doing it by hand, literally, right? So Milwaukee gives them a power tool and a power tool accessory to drill that hole. And we changed the way that a plumber or electrician got their jobs done. At that point in time, the pro really understood that Milwaukee got their jobs.
After the tour ends, we get to meet up with all of our peers and have a good time. So in this group here is everybody that's representing the automotive side of the tool business. So we pretty much hang out and just get to know each other for the night. And so we're just laughing, cutting jokes, getting to know each other, sharing stories. And that's pretty much day one. So day two, they pick us up at the hotel bright and early, and they bus us over to this giant warehouse that they have set up where the actual symposium is taking place. Now let me tell you, Milwaukee Tools brings out the red carpet for their guests and really knows how to treat them and treats them well. So right now we're unbussing from the bus, and we're about to walk into the symposium, and you'll see the welcome that they give us. It is pretty cool. And once we get into the building after the welcome, they feed us breakfast right away. So there's a couple hundred people that get invited to this event. There's only 8 of us representing automotive. The rest are all the other trades. And then there's about 150 or so employees here showing us, rolling out the red carpet for us, presenting the new tools. And we'll walk through those now. So now we're finally in the building, and as you can see, they got all their tools laid out, all their branding laid out. They have camera crews everywhere. They have people documenting everything. So now what happens is they had us assigned all in groups. So we all kind of get our group together. Then we rush over to the buffet where they had breakfast served for us. So we go get our food, and then we come back to our tables and we have breakfast. And then we kind of get a game plan. They kind of come by and tell us what's going to happen. The employees start chatting with us. We're just getting prepared. We're getting all our camera gear ready to document all this. And then they take us off and they break us up in those groups like I was telling you. So they're going to take us to what they call a breakout, and each one of these is a different section. So the first breakout that we're going to go to is the accessory breakout. So they're demonstrating their new Shockwave Phillips screwdriver bits here, and they're demonstrating wear and tear on them. So they're exaggerating the wear and tear on it, and they're going to do the competitors, and then they're going to show yours, and they're going to show the difference between the two.
But this is just to show you quickly the type of wear that can cause every time you drive off access, every time you slip in a screw, the wear that this is doing to impact bits today. And this could be any impact bit today because the steels are similar in nature.
So once we finish one breakout, we head to the next breakout, and they're going to demonstrate even more products to us. And this particular breakout, they're talking about their new drill bits, their new design that they came out with. So what they're doing here is they're trying to bend the drill bits as they're using them at the same time, and the competitors would snap, and the new Milwaukee ones would hold up to the extra pressure. So after they finished their demonstration, they always gave us a few minutes to take photographs, ask questions, document all the new products and stuff like that, and even get our hands on them and try the products out. So this is the accessory section with all the drill bits and saw blades and all that type of sort of things.
Directional. Therefore, we place them on every single corner of the pack-out radio. Now, these 8 speakers are very loud, and although volume is important, we know that so is quality and range. So we built this with 2 subwoofers. On the back here, you'll find an active and a passive in order to give you that awesome bass. Now, for our users to experience all this amazing sound, we include the best forms of connectivity. We start with Bluetooth 4.2 for a quicker connection, better memory of paired devices, and a truer connection at 100 feet. We have AM/FM radio with a more durable antenna, 10 presets available, and a better reception overall. And of course, we include auxiliary input for when Bluetooth and radio are not available. As part of the central hub for our users, we had to include charging. The pack-out radio is built with a 6-foot cord in order to keep your M18 batteries charged up all day long. We have additional onboard storage so that you can keep your phone safe while charging that up via 2.1 amp USB out.
So in this breakout, we just heard about their new sound system. They have what they call their pack-out 360 sound system. So they supplied a need for the job site entertainment. Music is very important to on a lot of job sites, so they got that covered now. Now we come to the transportation and maintenance, or the automotive breakout, and this is where we all get really excited, especially my particular group, because we're all automotive, and we get to check out all the new stuff that they're coming out with. It was kind of funny. They were trying to assemble us, but we were just running around to the tools, grabbing the tools, already taking pictures, already trying to use the tools. They had a car on display there where we could take the tools and actually put them to use on the car. But eventually they got us all together, and they did a little demonstration. Right here is the new M12 cordless right angle die grinder. And let me tell you, this is going to be a game changer. I was super pumped on this particular one. Not every tool that they bring out is going to be a hit for us. This particular tool was a hit for all of the automotive. We all hands down agreed that the die grinder kicked butt. We all want it. We all need it. It's going to be a game changer for us. So Milwaukee Tools is an international tool company, and if you look to the right here, you'll see a couple guys in the red jumpsuits here. These guys are from Mexico City. They were flown in from Mexico, and they're translating everything into Spanish for all the Spanish-speaking customers around the world. A funny little thing happened here is when Charles, the humble mechanic, got a hold of the die grinder. This is his first impressions. It's kind of funny.
Is that a safety in the trigger?
Yeah.
Oh, that's got to come out.
Yep. There's just a little roll pin. You just knock that right out. I mean, that's not okay. You can't do that.
What do you think of the lights coming out of the base of the handle?
I don't really feel like that's going to light your
I find myself blocking it a lot of times.
Yeah, because you're holding it like this.
Yep.
I like the lights that are here, like in the ring.
Yep. Yeah, I think so.
So there was the first impressions of the die grinder. It was kind of funny, their conversation back and forth. One of the new tools that they brought out this year is the long neck, or the extended reach ratchets. So these are going to be very popular tools with the automotive world. The cool thing about them is they're able to extend the neck on them without losing any torque. So they're the exact same torque specs as the short models. So that'll be 55 foot-pounds on the 3/8 model and 40 foot-pounds on the 1/4 inch model. As you saw on the bench, they had them all torn apart, and so you can see all the internal workings of them. They're all made out of metal parts, and they didn't cut on any corners, so you can see the quality of it. Right here we got the flat rate master checking out the extended reach ratchet here, getting his first impressions of it. By the look on his face, I think he likes it. We'll have to watch his videos to determine if he really liked it or not.
First and foremost, I want to thank all of you guys for coming. With all of your help out there today, We are now standing in the first ever Milwaukee Tool Transportation Maintenance booth at the MPS Symposium. So please give yourself a round of applause. Thank you guys so much for coming. All right, so gather around here. We're going to go ahead and start off with the M12 fuel die grinder. And they're asking what's next. What else can you guys bring to the market? And we saw that in pretty much every single one of these boxes, someone had a die grinder, or someone had 2 or 3 die grinders, 4 die grinders over here. All right. So this is a market that right now there's no great cordless solution. There's some onesie twosies here and there that are not delivering what you want and what a professional expects. So we're happy to bring the industry's first cordless die grinder that's going to deliver that power, the runtime, the size, and the control that you expect from your power tools. So first and foremost, when I went into the shop and asked people, hey, what do you want from a cordless die grinder? First thing, needs to perform just like my pneumatic die grinder. I need that power. We're happy to say we're putting out 20% more power than a pneumatic market leader on the marketplace. So you can take my word for it, or we can do a quick demo if you guys like to show that. Up here we have a demo that's going to show you what the market leader is capable of versus the M12 field die grinder. So when I turn the switch over here, these are both going to turn on, and we're going to add weights to each side, see which one's able to put up through this torture test. So Justin, what we'll have you do here is just add a weight on top here. Just one? Yep, just one at a time. Okay. And we're going to see how that goes. All right, you ready? Yeah. All right. So as you can see, the pneumatic die grinder is already starting to bog down. And this is representative of how hard you can push on that product before it's actually going to stop. So Justin, you mind if I borrow some of your weight? Yeah, here. All right, thank you. All right. This thing is junk. It's not going too well for it, is it? No. So we can get about double the weight on here before it even shuts down, and it's finally just shut off. That's a direct representation of the power you can get from a battery pack that is that small and fits in a tight spot, yet is able to outperform your pneumatic die grinder. So that's going to be something that users will absolutely appreciate, is you're not going to sacrifice performance. Runtime's another thing that everybody asks about. This thing's got great power, but can it have the runtime? So we did a little runtime test. We were able to get over 250 linear feet of gasket removal on 120 charge. So to put that into perspective, we estimate that's about 5 transmissions taking off gasket, around 5 different transmissions with 120 charge. So if you're working harder than that, maybe you have a bigger surface area, we also offer 3.0, 4.0, 6.0 battery packs on top of that. So got you covered on the runtime side, no problem. So big thing was users were saying, hey, you've got speed control on the back of your tools, right? It'd be great if we could dial in the RPM. So right now, with the pneumatic die grinder, your best way to check how fast you're going is to kind of just feather the trigger, right? There's a little air outlet on the back, but at the end of the day, you don't really know how fast you're spinning. And each one of these accessories up here has a manufacturer rating of your max RPM that you're supposed to be operating at. Didn't know that? Well, now you know, so you can operate a little bit safer out there. So we did a quick landscape and survey of what the most common accessories are and dialed in those RPMs around those accessories. So mode 1 is going to spin at 10,000 max RPM. Mode 2 is going to be at 15,000 RPM. Mode 3, 20,000. And then mode 4, all out RPM is 25,000. So you got 0.3 horsepower and 25,000 RPM from the right angle die grinder. Plenty of power to get the job done, and also in a more controlled manner. So all this is coming out October 1st. Be on the lookout for it. There will be an inline version coming as well. So that's just going to be a little bit late fall, about 3 months after. So January 2020, you can expect that one. Yes, inline version as well.
Let's into this, guys. I just got to let you know how excited I'm to have you here. I've been waiting for my auto guys to show up all week long, so it's pretty awesome to have you here. Super stoked about it. And we saw the need for ratchet with additional torque. So in 2017, we launched our Fuel family of ratchets, providing that additional torque, superior durability, and that slim head profile to get deep into hard-to-reach places. But guys, we are far from done. We're not stopping. We're going to keep innovating on that space and keep providing solutions. And with that being said, guys, I'm extremely excited to be here today to introduce you guys to the newest addition to the M12 family of ratchets, the M12 Fuel Extended Reach Ratchet. This bad boy will be coming in a 1/4 inch and a 3/8 drive. And to demonstrate the benefits you're going to get from this, I'm going to call up Marky Mark to help me Vanna White through this one. All right. So what we did with this product is we used the M12 Fuel family as our baseline and provided that additional reach. So if you want to go over under the hood, there's a couple clear benefits here. So if you're working under hood or undercarriage, if this thing's lifted up, or under the dashboard, this tool will give you the ability to get deeper down to this hard to reach fastener with its slim profile head and extended reach. We'll have plenty of time at the end to get more hands-on, so if you don't give a shot of it, we'll have time for it. All right, guys. So we added that additional reach to this tool, but to get that reach, we didn't sacrifice any torque or any durability. So as you can see on the wall behind me, with the 3/8 drive, we have 55 foot-pounds of output, and with the 1/4 inch, we're having 40 foot-pounds of output. That should sound very familiar to you guys, because that's the same torque output on our fuel family of ratchets. And like I said, we didn't sacrifice durability at all to get to this extended reach. We're still using all the premium components that you'll find in our fuel family of ratchets, like the investment cast steel yoke housing, designing these tools to be extremely durable, because you guys beat the hell out of these things day in and day out. And we expect you to, and we expect them to survive. This guy and the 3/8 will be launching October 1st, just like the die grinder, coming in a bare tool and a 1 battery kit configuration, and we'll also have accessory boots to purchase as well.
When's the 1/4 coming out?
The 1/4 is coming out at the same time as the 3/8 on October 1st.
So, first product we want to talk about is actually something we launched and announced last year at our MPS, okay? This has taken a while to get here, and the biggest reason is we wanted to make sure we got it right. We didn't want to put something out there that wasn't going to meet our users' expectations. So let's just address that right up front. I'm happy to announce that the world's most powerful, the world's first 1-inch tool that outputs 1,800 foot-pounds of torque, is 7 pounds lighter than a corded solution, and eliminates the need for your pneumatic hose and compressor. Is going to be starting to ship in 2 weeks. All right, so this will be available in 2 weeks with 1,800 foot-pounds of torque. All right, quick update on that. The next product that I want to talk about is something that you guys may not have been expecting. All right, one of the most common tools that is used in the shop is a torque wrench, especially a click style torque wrench. We need to get very precise with my torque value in order for the machine, the car, the vehicle to operate correctly. Now, some of the issues that we've heard is I sit here cranking 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times just to get to 60, 80, 150 foot-pounds, right? It's a lot of time wasted, and it's a lot of muscle effort to get to 60 foot-pounds or even 150 foot-pounds, right? So what we did is we said, what can we do to improve that part of the process? And I'm excited to introduce you the world's first torque wrench with a motor. All right, it's the M12 Fuel digital torque wrench with 1 key. What this allows you to do is set your target torque. In this instance, I have 60 foot-pounds on the screen here. All right, I pull the trigger, the tool will shut off prior to my target torque, and then I finish it by hand, just like a normal torque wrench, to get the accuracy that I'm looking for out of this tool. All right, let's do a quick demo. So again, it's set for 60 foot-pounds. All right, it ran it down to 46. I just finished the rest of the way. I'm at 66, all right? So plus or minus 10% is usually what we see, and that's how this is set up, but you can also adjust it. So I want to be at least 60 plus 10%, at least 60 plus 20%, whatever you want, all right? We'll do that again. Run it down, and you get a notification that I've reached the targeted torque that I want.
No click or feedback, it's just all lights?
It's lights, it's sound, there's vibration in the handle, as well as the screen giving you that actual feedback as you're applying the torque, okay? Now, when you over torque, you also want to know. So, when you over torque the product, you'll also get a notification saying back that bolt off and re-torque it. So this is being released in November, all right? We have 2 versions. We have a 3/8 and a 1/2-inch drive. The 3/8 will go from 10 to 100 foot-pounds. The 1/2-inch will go from 10 to 150 foot-pounds, all right? Now, that productivity savings that we talked about, that's great, but if you're not accurate, who cares? I'm excited to let you guys know that we're delivering up to 2% accuracy with this torque wrench, meeting or exceeding a lot of the click style and equaling a lot of those digital torque wrenches that are out there today, okay?
You switch it over to Newton meters.
Yep, you can. So the question was, can you switch it over to other units of measure like Newton meters or inch pounds? Just by a couple pushes of the button, I'm now in inch pounds, all right?
Does it do angle?
It does not do angle. That is the one thing it does not do, all right? So you can run it down for your head bolts. You can run it down and put and get it to that torque value, but it does not have angle. So you have to use a measure for it.
Precepts?
presets. You can set whatever preset you want in here. You have 15 modes, so you can set the torque value. So if there's specific applications that you want to preset it in, you can set that up in the tool through the screen.
What's the price?
The price will be $5.99 for the bare tool, $7.49 for the kit. Okay.
Is that for either one?
For either one. Yep.
They're getting rid of their pneumatic tools and moving cordless as quickly as they can. But there are a lot of key products in this industry that are used every single day that there's not a powerful cordless solution for. And I think the greatest example of that is the 1/2-inch extended anvil high torque. So, first off, what is this thing used for? Do you guys know?
Tires.
Perfect, yes, using the hints in the room, I love it. All the secrets are in front of you.
Five masters on it with the tires.
Yeah. So, anytime you're taking off a tire or putting back on a tire across the industry, they're using 1/2-inch extended anvil high torques. These are about 95% pneumatic for everywhere that I've been across the country. And let's take a look at a couple of the solutions they're using today. So, first off, we have a high torque with full power in forward, full power in reverse. So for those Wisconsin rusted lug nuts, perfect tool for breaking stuff away. But you have too much power when you're fastening, so you need to use something like a torque stick to limit that output in forward. As you guys are well aware, there are specific lug nut torque values every time you're fastening a wheel back on, from 65 foot-pounds up to 150 foot-pounds. So every time you're switching between removal and fastening, you gotta fumble the torque stick, take it off, take the socket off, put the socket back on the tool. All right, so our pneumatic competition saw that is a bit of an issue, so they came up with a torque limiting impact wrench. So this thing's pretty straightforward, it limits your torque. With that, you're gonna get around 80 foot-pounds in forward, but it does this by dumping a ton of air out of the back of the tool. So you're gonna be running your compressor longer, it's gonna be a lot louder in the shop, it's gonna cost a lot more to operate, and you're gonna lose some of that breakaway force as well. So if you can't get those rusted Wisconsin lug nuts off, you're gonna have to go grab a breaker bar from Doyle over there, or break out our 2767, because that breaks everything away. Outside,
Or breaks it.
it's pretty powerful. So outside of these things being pneumatic and having a compressor and a hose, there are a ton of fundamental errors with it, and there hasn't been a great solution in the market. So I'm happy today to introduce you guys to that solution. We're giving the people what they want. We're giving them the ability to switch out a pneumatic and go cordless with the amazingly named M18 Fuel 1/2-inch extended anvil controlled torque impact wrench with one key.
Get a nickname on that?
I'm counting on you, Justin, to come up with that nickname.
Okay, let me work on
You let me know. You let me know.
That's a mouthful.
So what we're providing with this tool is controlled torque in 4 customizable modes. Before I talk about those modes, let's talk about the powerful ability we're providing there. So with the torque stick on the pneumatic tool, you are able to kind of limit your torque a little bit, but the range that you're working with is kind of all over the place. So with our blow counting sensor, which is a patented Milwaukee tool, we're able to count the blows that come out of this impact, allowing us to get a tighter range around that target torque that you're looking for. No other cordless company can provide this because this is patented by Milwaukee Tool. So it's a huge benefit we're providing. So if we talk about these 4 modes, we've optimized them for a couple different types of vehicles. Now, mode 1 is that most common one you're gonna see. It's gonna be about 85% of the modes that are used. Perfect for those sedans, Toyota Camry, Honda Accord, whatever it is, keeping you under that 75 foot-pounds of torque, and then you can go back and finish it with that torque wrench. We have a few additional modes that have been a benefit for some of the guys out in the field. Mode 2 for those SUVs or work trucks. Mode 3 giving you up to that 450 foot-pounds of torque for box trucks, trailers, semi-trucks, whatever it might be. And then mode 4, you got your full 750 foot-pounds of torque in forward for those additional applications. Now, as we discussed with the pneumatic tools, for this guy, you got to take off the torque stick if you want to go to removal. For this guy, doesn't have as much torque in reverse, you might have to switch to a different tool or breaker bar. For us, all you got to do, switch the tool in reverse, and you got 1,100 foot-pounds of nut-busting torque ready to go to take everything off. So by utilizing those 4 modes, the 1,100 foot-pounds of nut-busting torque, and killing the compressor and the hose, we're providing faster tire service for our users across the industry. Guys, we're giving the people what they want. They want to go cordless now, they have a product to do it. All right, this is an exciting product. It's going to lead that transition out of pneumatic into cordless.
So what you just listened to is some of the demonstrations they have in each one of these breakouts. So each one of the breakouts has a specialty. This is the automotive section, so they tell us all about the automotive tools and what's new. So after they do their demonstrations, we're allowed to put the tools in our hand, use the tools, ask them any question we want, get additional specs. We could even make videos with them and, you know, really get to know the tools. So since this was our main area for us, because we're all automotive technicians, we really got these tools and put them to use. They had a car for us to take things off of, try them out, you know, really put them to the paces, really come up with a good idea what these new tools are going to be like, so we can present these tools to you. So that's the purpose of this whole show is so we can be the first eyes on them and share that information with you guys, so you guys can get pumped up for when the tools are released. Announcement they did make is if you already own Milwaukee tools, hand tools and sockets, and you lose one of them, before you had to buy the whole set, now you can buy the individual socket that you've lost, so that's pretty cool. Breakout we went to was all about safety, so they're featuring brand new safety glasses that are anti-fog. They don't fog up, they're scratch resistant, they have foam padding for additional protection. So these should be pretty cool. They gave us a pair to try out and wear all day. So our next breakout was all about lighting. So the reason why it's dark in here is because they're about to turn on some lights and flashlights and remote lights and shop lights and stuff like that. And they're going to demonstrate all their newest lighting. So there's about 8 or 9 more breakouts that I didn't show you in this video that they took us through. And at this point, we've been going at it for probably 6 to 7 hours straight. We did have a lunch break in between. And now it's winding down. So what they do is after this is all done, we get a little bit more time to run around, take pictures and videos. And then they throw an after party for us. And then they bus us back to a location where they have a live band set up. It has open bars. I think there was 3 open bars at this particular location. They had foosball tables. So we all come back together here, and they feed us dinner. So there's like a buffet style food section. And so now what we're doing is we're drinking beers, we're doing shots, we're playing games, we're just having a good time now. So this goes on from about 6 in the afternoon till a little after midnight, and then after that, then there's an after party. So Milwaukee Tools knows how to throw a party. Let me tell you, they held no expenses. It was a fun time. Everybody was dancing, everybody had a drink in their hand. It was one of the best times ever. I'm Brian Esser from How to Automotive, and I hope you guys like this experience. So if you guys like Milwaukee Tools, be sure to subscribe for all the latest videos and tools that are coming out that I'll be releasing in the future. Thank you guys for watching.